哈家对不对？基。大家好，欢迎你到第44集的基家 Hot Show. Welcome everybody. Today we have the 44th episode of Jia Talk Show. And today we have a very special guest, and we have Christina Lee, and you run the California Regency University, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I'm an entrepreneur. I came to United States from South Korea when I was 13. And then I blessed from the God that my family was coming from Christian family, from my mom's mom. Then I became the educator and then entrepreneurs, and then I love what I do. And so.
How do you get started in education?
How do I did it? It was just accidentally. Unfortunate that I had a friend who had a broken car. One day asked me to take him to this place where you in university. Mm-hmm. That was like about 13 years ago. And then I told him that he asked for the ride, so I gave him the ride. And from there, he told me that you need to just get out from my own car, and I can take your car for a couple hours, and then you can just go to this building called in University and go see the director, and they're waiting for you to take over the school. I'm like, wow, this is not really something I expected it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it really, that's how it happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What did you do before?
I was a real estate agent.
You were a estate agent.
Right.
So just so happened one day a friend asked you for a ride and...
Yeah, I know my friend for already like 7-8 years. He was a lawyer, and then he was like a kind of like, just mediocre lawyer probably because his car wasn't running. Sometimes he's asking his client to take him to the court. So I was one of that day that he called, and then I just happened to give him a ride, and then he says, you will be the operator for this school. So I wasn't the owner at the first 1 year. I knew that I would just be there. They just hired me for operator for 1 year. Then somehow it's a long story to make short. I just became to be who I am here today as a God serving.
So the school, it was, which school is it?
Is it in University, DBA, California Regency University.
Is this okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. So
right.
There, you walk into the classroom and and then all of a sudden you...
No, actually, when I got off the car, suddenly my car disappeared with my friend. So then I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just had to go to that building. Mm-hmm. It looked really awkward in Compton City, and then it wasn't that great looking. I'm like, this is kind of scary. But then I didn't have any other choices, just go there and waiting. And I just opened the door, it just opened automatically, and walked in, and there was this lady, and she was the owner of the university, Mrs. Yu, and then she said, welcome, I need to talk to you. And I said, really, what's going on here? And she says, your friend told me about you, and then I can give you the key right now, and then you can just take it over for 1 year of the operator as, and if you like to do it continue basis, you can do so. And then she gave me the key, and then I'm like, wow, I don't think I'm eligible for that. This is not something I expected it, or I didn't come from the education field. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't come from any of U.S. higher education, even I came when I was young. So there was just so unexpected, very unexpected, surprising, but then somehow it's a long story to make short. They had some legal problem And so they wanted to just move on with their life, and then they want me to take over all the problems that they had with the state government, with the BPPE, and I'm sorry about that, and all that stuff. But anyway, and I just go, wow, I don't want school to be closed down in front of my attention when I didn't know what was going on. So I just hired a lawyer and I fight for 7 years. And then finally, the Judge John Decker, who he was a Los Angeles Administrative Court hearing, he finally says, well, since you're the new owner, and you would be the new owner, and you didn't know what was going on. There were degree meals there, which was acupuncture PhD, and there was business administrations, and there was theologies and all that stuff. But it was your presentation with your management. So it's all done, and they're not there, and school is open, and you're the owner, and then that's how I became the owner. So it's just, I should have just say, what is you call it? It's a fate. It's the past. Sometimes it comes to your turning point. Do you believe that happens to your life? I think everyone does, but I believe that you had to be aware if it is for you or not. I couldn't really give up on it, right?
Right. Well, it's a mission you took on, certainly, right?
Right.
So when do you realize it's your calling?
Well, it was a year later when I find out that I have a letter from state government, BPPE, saying that you are in lawsuit, the school, you in university. It's not me personally. The school is in lawsuit, so you will need to close down. Either you're going to come to the court or find a fine for $500,000. I'm like, wow. So I was going, wow, I'm scared. And then my friend, who he was a lawyer, actually I find out he was kind of like using me to, it wasn't his using me, but it was the situation that they would need someone like me that they could have a place in there, and then they could move on to school, and while they're fighting with the legal lawsuit. But I just decided that it's not going to happen to me, that school will be just closing or problems when I didn't know what was going on. So I want to prove that to the government and to the education higher, saying that this is not right. I'm going to prove that I'm innocent, school is innocent. Whatever that was done, it was done before. But from here, we can start all over with a new paradigm shift, with a new mindset. Because education is so important. Education is the one that God has given us as a power that we need to live in the higher faculties and higher consciousness, right? If you don't have education, we wouldn't have that consciousness.
Right. So what's the school, what kind of program were they teaching?
Well, we just have launching this artificial intelligence certificate program, online course for 2 months right now. So we just launched it 2 days ago, and then we're marketing it. So this is something artificial intelligence agent certificate for 2 months, and then this is what it is. You call it. It's the awareness that what's coming into our lives in the future. Even now, what's going on, we're living with a robot. We're living with, everybody does the computer, everybody does the coding, everybody does the higher computers. Without internet, without IT, you wouldn't be out there, just you and me, just right now, right? So this is so awareness that you want to learn, whether you want to learn later or now. But this is going to really get you to the awareness of the higher awareness of what is really artificial intelligence is. What is that I need to know, and then what is that I need to really be prepared with, what kind of mindset. Because many people, like how remember about 10, 15 years ago, when there were computer, then computer was like internet. We didn't know how to research the web. We didn't know how to start with Gmail, email, all that stuff, right? So this is the beginning of artificial intelligence. And then I just believe that everyone should, if they are really aware of it, take these courses. We have an amazing professor and faculties, and then that's what's happening right now. And yeah.
Well, tell us more about the school. What kind of is it? A technical school? You train?
Well, so right now, school was founded in 1977. Dr. Henry Yu. He was half Korean, half Chinese, but come from Harvard University. And he was a genius man. In 1977, he's the one who really brought this Chinese herb acupuncturist, Chinese scientifically Chinese acupuncture to the surface to prove that this is a U.S. higher education that needs to be proved by degree program, MBA, MBA. So which is a Bachelor of Acupuncture Science. Which the next one is Master of Acupuncture Science, and then the other one is PhD, philosophy of Master of Science. And then there's another one he actually founded was Doctor of Oriental Medicine Science. And then he actually did a wonderful job. He's a pioneer who really invented this program, proved to the universe, from China that has been there for about 200 years maybe, Chinese herbs. Then he brought it and he fight for it and then he's got it. And then this is how we had about 7,000 alumni, acupuncturists, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, Taiwanese, even all over the world, probably even some Muslim countries, they almost have UN University acupuncture license from us, and then their doctors right there, officers, governors, teachers, professors. They don't talk about it maybe, I mean they do talk about it, but mostly they got the license from this school, UN University.
Oh, okay. Well, that's wonderful. So basically, it's primarily a Chinese herbal medicine acupuncture school.
Not only that, if you don't mind, I would like to let you know that there's another school called School of Theologies. I have MBA, BBA, and PhD, and School of Master of Business. So business administration. So there's 3 different schools there.
Okay.
Yeah, School of Master of, so then he has BA, MBA, all these 3 different schools. And then he's been carrying this legacy for this school for, since 1972 until now. So I just became the second owner. That was like 2017, because we had to go through all these litigations with governments and all that stuff, you know. But then it was all good. It was a great experience. And then, because I have a passion, you have to find your passion. And then that passion really came true, and I'm here still with this certificate program. And right now, that's how we're moving forward with this.
Okay, so when you first start taking over the school, was it just primary Chinese medicine, and then later on you added the other ones, the business, or?
Yeah, there were 3 different schools that were there. We had like about 350 students in the time, but mostly like 125 students was with Oriental Medicine School, and then another PhD. 50 was for the Master of Oriental Medicine, and acupuncturists. We did have a lot of Chinese and Taiwanese and Korean students from their countries, because and then now. We had like 50 students for theology. We had another 190 students, probably maybe less than that for the business administration PhD in the time.
So the theology school is something you added on to that after?
No, it was already there.
It's already so the 3 schools already there.
Already there.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry for the confusion. It was already there.
I see. Okay. Very good. So. Wow, it's when after you decided you want to take it over, what's the what do you have to overcome to fight off the litigations and then prove to the universe that the school is legitimate?
Well, so it's the people.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, because it is the people. We're serving the people. Before then, I got to know who me is. I find out that the most of the adversity that I had to overcome was me. Because when you get up in the morning and then, okay, schools are open now, so I'm done, it wasn't how, it didn't happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to figure out how to deal with the people, how to serve them with integrity. And then, of course, before then, I had to sell myself.
Mm-hmm.
That what is integrity and trustworthy. And then before then, I had to become who, I had to be the one who with the self-images in me to serve them. If I'm not that characteristic, that was the big fight I had to go over with. And I had to study myself a lot, until now, because you actually be that person, become that person, submit yourself every single day with your characteristic. If not, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
Right. Where do you draw all your strength from?
Oh, I had a mentor. My mentor was Bob Proctor, who were movie with The Secret. He passed away 2 years ago. But anyhow, so I was very blessed and lucky. I found him. Mm-hmm. Personal growth #1 for over 1960s, and then he really taught not only me, but few people out there that how to deal and serve people with the personal growth. Knowing me, who I am, is #1 to serve others, to understand. So the most important thing was that what he taught us is that, do know yourself. It's like King Solomon says, the all understandings that we get, all the understandings we get in the Bible, right? So, yeah, so I had to really study on that. And then once I know about myself more and who I am, what's my weakness, and then my strengths and all that, leaderships that I have or not, I have to really study on me. It's coming from me. It's in me. Every problem that I have, everything that I deal with every day, it's in me. It's not outside. I find out it was on me. It's on myself. It's on my shoulder. It's on my responsibilities. So this is how I move on here. And then, when the education really, most important thing is it's not only the U.S. higher education, but then knowing about yourself with personal growth.
And you wrote that book?
Yeah, I did wrote this book with Bob Proctor's endorsed it about 3 years ago. Yeah.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about the book? What is it about? How does
Yeah, of course. So this is a book. It's a true event where I came from South Korea.
Okay.
South Korea, 1977, when I was 13, to up to here. And then it has a book, has a content with a true event, how I overcome with the BPPE, with the UN University, as well how I had to become, I used to be a loser, I'm gonna tell you. I used to be such a loser that people have to look at it with a microscope. But anyway, excuse me, so then I had to change my paradigms. And then I had to really change my shift that become who I am to be here. Then I used to smoke and drink, then, wow. And then I was flunking the school. So I found my Bob Proctor material, Bob Proctor, and he really guided me to where I should go and what I to be. And then I had a passion about my mom. Because I love my mom. I love my mom so much. She was a prayer warrior, and then she would just pray in the morning. So she serves the God in truly like as a Jesus Christ, as she will. So I was already a Christian before I was born. I was warmed already Christian when she was 23. And then she will get up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and then go to church at nighttime with the oil lamp. In Korea.
Wow.
Oil lamp with no shoes like you and I have. It's just, it was made with the wooden, whatever you call it. And then with the oil lamp, she would have me on her back, I remember, with the snowing in South Korea. And it was about 34 miles away. She would do it every single day until she passed away, even in the United States. So she was a strong prayer warrior. She loved God. And then that's how I saw my mom, as she's a model of the faith in God. That how we should live, walking in the God. Because right now the world is so kind of dark out there. But if you have a faith in the God, if you faith in anything that you don't have, but faith in your God, He has answered for you. And then that's how I like to describe my mom, because this is actually for love letters to my mother. I loved her so much. Everybody loves their mom, their parents, but dearly, I really loved my mom a lot, more than anyone I can say, because she loved the God. And then she was a great model. She was a great example. She was strong enough to serve others. She would not give up with all the obstacles because we were the only Christian family in South Korea in that time, 1960s, and then people were going through idols and Buddhas and like worshiping, maybe even like snakes. That's how it was. Because we were confused. The Korea was right after the Second World. We were third, poor and close. So people were like, there are so many homeless out there, and we didn't have any civilization. We didn't have any electricity. We didn't have no food, no nothing. But then in the time, my mom, I saw her, she will never betray anyone who will come for her. Her in front of her faces, she will say, hey, come on, you can have my food, and then let's go to church. And then let's pray, and then she was just an amazing, inspiring angel human being. So I wrote about her.
Yeah, that's good. Your mom is a very true disciple, right?
Thank you.
And obviously, you took much of her from her. You learned much from her.
Yeah, she actually showed me and gave me the strength. Yeah, good example, good mentor, good teacher. Good hero, amazing hero.
And that's hence the name,
right.
My Hero.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Is that the only book you publish, or you have others?
I have another one.
Okay.
I have this one here. This is a mental science book, Magic Dust in Your Mind. And this is about how you will overcome yourself. It's like, so when problem occurs in your life, people are like reacting it with the negative emotions. That's not what you really need to have to do that. Once you learn this, once you read this, it's actually like a little bit of a children's book, but then it'll teach us that we have 6 main faculties. We have imaginations, we have intuitions, the God's voice that we can listen, right?
Right.
Sixth sense, you call it sometimes. And then we have memories. The memory bank that we have in faculties that we need to really be aware. What memory we bring today, right now, you're telling yourself. So memories. And another one is there's a reason. What is the reason why? What are you doing right now? If you have a strong bonding desire with a reason, there is no hardship that you will not break away, because if you have a reason. So that's the reason. So that's number 4. And then the other one is we have conscious and subconscious mind. So I wrote that about it because I learned this from my Bob Proctor's mental science. And then, so when people arise with a problem, you don't look at the problem, but you look at it as opportunity that you can solve. The answer is in you, but you need to just calm down and just peace out and relax, knowing that you can do this. This is the book about the magic thoughts in your mind.
Yeah, that's the magic thought in your mind. That's your latest, right?
Yeah, that's my second one.
That's awesome. Yeah, so, well, I think we just about wrap it up today. We are glad to have Christine Lee sharing her thoughts and her endeavor, how she come through all the difficulties, and now she's here being a successful entrepreneur, a very a faith follower.
Yeah.
And so don't forget, her school is California
Regency University.
It's California Regency University. Look that up on the internet, and also her book, Magic Thoughts in the Mind and My Hero. She's an author. So with that, thank you for watching us.
Thank you.